Hello and welcome to the GSBC podcast, brought to you by the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Matt Taylor-Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing, and today we are joined by Neil, President of Chamber, but we're here talking to you more capacity today around First National Real Estate. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Matt. Glad to be here.
Yes. So let's get started. I guess let's first go back. Let's talk about the story behind First National Real Estate Springfield and your journey in establishing one of the first offices in Greater Springfield back in 1999.
Yeah, well, I suppose Springfield started a bit before that, and we had an office in Collingwood Park at that point, and we did some sales here, and we sold a couple of properties, and then I thought there was a great opportunity to establish an office here as opposed to service it from somewhere else.
Yes.
So we started the office here. We were the first office. It all started. Part of the idea started from a round of golf with Peter Sissons, who was the marketing manager here at that point.
Yep.
And he was at the point of being replaced by Delphin. So I bought his rent roll of 30 properties that he had at that point. So, and that's really where we kicked off from.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Probably a smart move.
It's been. I suppose overall, it's been a smart move. I mean, there's been some heartache along the way as well, but there's also been some rewards along the way. Yeah. And it's a great community to work in.
Yeah, agreed. All right. So, with over 4 decades in real estate industry, how have you seen the property landscape evolve in the Greater Springfield area? And I guess, what are some of the significant changes that you've seen that have stood out?
Sounds a long time, 4 decades. Well, for a start, 4 decades ago, Greater Springfield wasn't here.
Yes.
So, but I mean, when I first started in real estate, I suppose, but you look at back in the day, all of our window cards were handwritten. We used to take photos across to Kmart, get them developed, then glue them onto a window card, and then you'd look at it and go, my God, that's blurry. I've got to go back and retake the photos. So, to move into moving to that digital era is probably the greatest thing that sort of happened, from an industry perspective, from a client perspective. It's so much more easy to get the information today than it ever has been.
Yes. Agreed. And I think you've transitioned from the old window cards to digital videos now and digital photos on social media.
So it's actually a lot better. We can showcase the product much better than we ever could before.
Yes. Agreed. All right. So your daughter Kaya has joined the business in 2015.
Correct.
How's the family collaboration influenced the dynamics and the growth with the agency?
At the beginning, I would say it wasn't the smoothest journey. And I think some of that is because we're very much alike. So I probably take some blame for that, I suppose. But there was dynamics that we had earlier in the piece that we had to work through to get together. But now we've got ourselves on the same page, and it's helped us with growth of our business and general outcomes. She's learned a lot along the way that that if I'm not in the business now, she is able to run the business where at the beginning she couldn't do that. So
yep.
So no, it's a great add now for us as a business.
Yeah, agreed. Family business always fun when you work with family. All right. So switching it up a little bit, as the current president of the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce, and you've been in that role since 2016, how do you balance your roles in both real estate and, I guess, assisting the broader business community?
Sometimes easy, sometimes really difficult. I suppose it's a time management thing, and it's also the fact of the way the business is set up, that it doesn't need me there 24/7.
Yes.
Without that, it would be impossible to do. And obviously, the fact that we have Layla as a full-time employee, and obviously being my wife now, a lot of things get discussed in the evening at lunchtimes where I can still concentrate on what I do for work during the most of the working hours. So it's a good balance. It would be a lot more difficult without that dynamic.
Yeah, agreed. All right. So First National Springfield emphasises we put you first approach. How do you ensure this philosophy is reflected in your day-to-day operation with every client interaction?
I think that I suppose it's a tagline that First National has had for many, many years. We used to have a tagline before that we're listening.
Yes.
And I think there are probably two key things that not only real estate, but businesses need to listen to what their clients say, and we need to put our clients first.
Yes.
So everything we do is putting our client first. So no decision in our office is made if it's going to disadvantage any client that we have or future clients. It's all done. I mean, I suppose we've had decisions over the years, and we've stuck by our philosophies, which has certainly cost our business money, so our client didn't lose money. To give you an example on that, if you want, we have processes and procedures for everything we do.
Yes.
We had one of our staff members who didn't follow that process, and we painted a house the wrong colour.
Yes.
To be honest, it looked so much better, but at the end of the day, it wasn't what the client wanted.
No.
The client, the house had a lot of sentimental value. It was a grandfather's house, and it was that colour when he was there. So we had to pay, as a business, we paid $7,500 to get it put back to that colour.
The painter was happy though.
Painter was happy. So.
Agreed. I think it's important that in business we are always listening to what our customers say, and that we are always putting them first.
I've got to say, that's the biggest boo-boo we've ever made. But
yeah, so you're not getting a free
no, not
paint
getting any
job.
more of them.
All right. Given the rapid growth of the Greater Springfield region, what strategies does your agency employ, to stay ahead of the constant and, ever-evolving dynamic property market?
I suppose that's the biggest challenge, not only for us in real estate, it's the biggest challenge. We're all looking for that edge to put us slightly in front of everybody else. And a lot of that comes down to we all have the same technology, we all have the same products and that we use, whether it's videos and everything else. So I suppose it boils down to just that personality of the person you're dealing with, and just that trying to go that extra mile in customer service, because customer service is something, unfortunately, today in a lot of industries is starting to fade away.
Yes, agreed. The old saying, people buy from people.
Correct.
If they don't like you, they're not buying from you. So it's important, agreed. All right. Community involvement seems integral to your ethos, and obviously with your involvement with Chamber as well. With initiatives like the annual Charity Golf Day, can you tell us more about these events and their impact that they've had on the community?
Sure. I mean, I suppose the golf day come from a couple of things. I love playing golf, and it's my sort of release from work. It's probably the one time that I can turn my phone totally off for a few hours and not think about work, and it's where I get my space to clear my head, I suppose.
Yes.
But it's also us giving back. So most of the golf day, by having the golf day and other events we do, which I've managed to bring into the chamber, is to make our members, I suppose, more responsible corporate citizens by adding a lot of the events that we do, adding charity to it, so that we're giving back to the community. I mean, we make our money out of the community, generally speaking.
Yes.
So therefore, why wouldn't we put money back into our community?
Yes.
There are so many businesses that go, well, we support this and we support that, and there's one where, they're doing events, but they're not doing them here in Greater Springfield. They're doing them in the Valley or in the Brisbane, which is not putting back into the community. They can say they're doing this, but they're not really helping the community, which is paying their wages at the same time.
Correct. Agreed. All right. So lastly, looking ahead, what are your aspirations for First National Springfield, and how do you envisage, its role in the future development of Greater Springfield?
I suppose the first half of that question is probably difficult to answer. Because I don't really know if I want to retire, if I don't want to retire. I get to the point where I think I should retire, but because of my age-wise. But then I go, well, hang on, while my brain's still working, I think I drive myself insane, as well as Layla maybe. But
I was going to say Layla and us Chamber Committee might get a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, but I think that, like being the first real estate here, we've got a bit of history in the area. So I'd like to think that for a few more years that history would continue on. Who knows? At the end of the day, we really don't know what's around the corner. So, while I have good health, I'm happy to keep working. But things could change in the blink of an eye. So you just you can't really look too far ahead as far as that goes to where it is. Whether my daughter becomes the legacy of it, or whether I sell it and ride off into the sunset, or who knows? That's a question I can't answer you right this minute.
Yeah.
I've given it a little bit of thought, but still haven't come up with an answer yet.
Yes, fair enough. All right, well, that is it from us from the GSBC podcast. Thank you for coming in and having a chat.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And make sure that you do go and follow and subscribe to all of First National's socials to keep up to date with what's happening in the Greater Springfield region and the property market.